Okay, let's take this Merc for a drive. I'm going to engage the downshift paddle, hit the start button. We get a little bit of something there. Let's dial this up to Super Sport Plus and see what the exhaust sounds like. Okay, we get some pops. That gives you a little bit of an emotional jolt. Let's go driving. Hi, I'm Jeremy Cato, and this is CatoCarGuide.com. Thanks for watching, and if you have not already, please subscribe. Let's talk about some of the basics here. This is the 2022 Mercedes-Benz AMG CLS53, and it just got a facelift. The base price here is $99,000, but in my tester here, well, I'm loaded up with all kinds of extra features that add nearly $19,000 to the base price. Look, if you're going to buy any Mercedes, any German car really, be very careful about ticking the boxes on the options list, because you can go from $99,000 to almost $119,000 just like that. Under the hood here is an inline 6-cylinder turbo. This is the AMG turbo. And it also is connected to the wheels through the speed shift. So we've got 9 ratios here, all controlled, if you want, through the paddle shifters. Listen up. Now that's cool. We get a few pops, we get a few surges, very fun. And that's the upshift. Another upshift, very cool. We also have a 48 volt, what Mercedes calls its EQ boost system. This is a mild hybrid system, which gives you a little bit more power, about 21 horsepower more, on an engine that is rated without the EQ boost at 429 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. Goes into a corner very nicely. It's loads of fun to play with these paddle shifters, and if you don't want to use them, then it automatically, if you have not been using them, the car will slip automatically into just the drive mode, so just an automatic transmission mode. Very nice, very nice. Really, the power comes on so smoothly. But I just want to mention that the inline 6, the north-south layout, is absolutely perfect for performance and handling, especially handling the way the layout of the engine is. The CLS53 is absolutely gorgeous from the side. There is the low falling roofline, which these days car makers called a 4-door coupe look. Design and functional details include the red brake calipers and the grille with 14 vertical slots. You might remember that before, this car had horizontal slots in its grille. The turbo 4MATIC emblem tells you what kind of car you have. The flat-bottomed, slightly undersized steering wheel is ideal for applying inputs. It's just the right size. It's also quite a work of engineering. It's full of buttons and dials and sliders, which allow me to apply all sorts of systems and functions to the car while it's in motion and while I have essentially excellent control of the car. Perhaps the most interesting is the dynamic select wheel here in the lower right-hand quadrant. Right now I am in race mode, but I can dial down to Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Individual, and even Slippery without taking my eyes off the road ahead. Very slick, very cool, and it allows me to change the performance parameters of the car depending on how I want to drive and the road conditions ahead. The capacitor control allows me to do, among other things, change the style of the cluster from classic to sport to super sport. Of course, we also have 4MATIC all-wheel drive. This system is an excellent, very quick responding all-wheel drive system, and it's biased to the rear wheels, so the car mostly feels like a high-performance rear-wheel drive sedan. The cabin is stunning. The upholstery is AMG Napa leather, in red and black in this car. The accents are carbon fiber. I love these round vents that are backlit in blue. Beautiful and also very functional and easy to adjust in multiple directions. I like that a lot. The seats here are a success. There's enough comfort here for a long-range drive and enough side bolstering so as you dive into a corner, you're not thrown about. I love them. The classic Mercedes seat controls are right here on the door where they belong. I've always loved the presentation and the usefulness of these controls. All this car's functions and controls are presented right here in this huge screen. Of course, here is the digital cluster, and on the right is a touchscreen that operates, well, it's a slider just like your phone. And you can go across here to control the comfort, the performance features, the media, the radio, the navigation system, and so on. Very nicely presented. But I also like the redundant tactile controls, the rocker controls for the climate control system here below, just below the vents, the round vents. Very useful if you're driving, you're not fiddling with the screen. You can simply change the temperature or the defrost settings, all these kinds of things that you need on a regular basis, right here with tactile controls. Very smart. Of course, we have voice-activated controls here as well. Let me demonstrate. Hey Mercedes, take me to Whistler.
I am starting route guidance to Whistler, Squamish-Lillooet, British Columbia.
Driving impressions? This car's impressive. It's smooth, and yet it's responsive. And the 6-cylinder engine sounds terrific. The mild hybrid technology, well, there is a little bit of fuel savings associated with this, but what's most important is the mild hybrid smooths out the turbos. The shifting paddles, very, very easy to operate and fun. There is a good natural feeling to the steering. It's progressive and predictable, and there's a lot of grip in the steering wheel. If you are looking for the pure joy of driving, this car is a nice compromise between sporty and comfort. It's usable in everyday functions. As a sport tourer, the CLS53 is excellent. It's automotive enjoyment in an old-schooled way. Thanks for joining me for a drive with the Mercedes-Benz AMG CLS53. A great car and a mouthful of a name. I'm Jeremy Cato, and this is CatoCarGuy.com. Hope to see you next time, and if you have not already, please subscribe.